Hey everyone, in this video we'll be looking on through group 18 of P block. Uh, now let's get started. Yes. So the elements which are present in group 18 are helium, neon, argon, xenon, radon and oganesson. So these are the elements which are present in the group 18. Right? Yes. So now one thing to be noted is that they are all gases and they are chemically unreactive. All the elements which are present in group 18 are gases and they are chemically unreactive. That's why they are called as the noble gases. So group 18 elements are also called as the noble gases. Now let's talk about their occurrence. All the noble gases occur in the atmosphere. So all the noble gases occur in the atmosphere except radon and oganesson. Except radon and oganesson, every other noble gases would occur in the atmosphere with an abundance of about 1%. About 1%. So about 1% of the gases in the atmosphere are noble gases, of which argon is a major constituent. So a very good point. Argon is the major constituent of the noble gases, of the 1% of noble gases present in the atmosphere. So all the noble gases occur in the atmosphere except radon and oganesson. Helium and neon are found in minerals of radioactive origin. Example, pitchblende, monazite, clavite. So these are the minerals in which helium and neon are found. Next point, the main source of helium. The main source of helium is natural gas. So natural gas is the main source of helium. Xenon and radon are the rarest metals. So you have to know the pair of rarest metals, xenon and radon. So the xenon and radon are the rarest metals, rarest elements, rarest elements. So it is not the radon and oganesson, it is xenon and radon. You have to keep in your mind, xenon and radon are the rarest elements. So in the question they may ask, select the correct pair of rarest elements. They may ask, right? So you have to know what they are. Xenon and radon. Now, radon is obtained by the decay of radium. So it is obtained by the decay of radium. Right? This is an important point. So they are obtained by the decay of radium. So radon is obtained by the decay of radium. So radium, see 226, radium 22688. Atomic number, this is the mass number. It gives radon 222 mass number, 86 atomic number, plus an helium 2 and 4. Right? Yes. So to go through this reaction, so in case of subjective exams, if they asked how is radium obtained, so you have to know it is by decay of how is radon obtained. It is by the decay of radium. Fine. So now next, oganesson is synthetically produced by the collision of 249 CF 98 and 48 Ca 20. Fine. So they both collide to form oganesson and three neutrons. Fine. So they collide synthetically to form oganesson and three neutrons. Fine. Yes. So now the second part, atomic properties. So now the second part, the atomic properties. Okay. atomic properties in the sense down the group, atomic radius, boiling point, and melting point would increase, whereas ionization enthalpy decreases. So atomic radius, boiling point, melting point increases down the group. So down the group they increase. So down the group they would increase, which means across the period they decrease. So this noble gases, right? The noble gases would have low boiling point and melting point, high ionization enthalpy. So you have to know that we will be learning the order like down the group. The atomic properties would be learned like down the group. Down the group, the atomic radius would increase, the boiling point and melting point would increase, the ionization enthalpy would decrease. So for the noble gases, they have the least boiling point, least melting point, low radius. Am I right? Yes, they have the low radius and high ionization enthalpy. That's why they have given a point here. And noble gases have a very high ionization enthalpy. Fine. Then, if we take their electronic configuration, it is Ns2 Np6 except helium, for which it is 1s2. For helium, it is 1s2, whereas for other noble gases, it is Ns2 Np6. Right, fully filled electronic configuration, completely filled outer shell. Fine. And now the property which should differ for this noble gases are the electron gain enthalpy. Very very important order to be learned. You have to keep this in your mind. This is a very very important order. Helium, neon greater than argon, equal to krypton, greater than xenon, greater than radon, greater than helium. So helium, which actually should have been here, has come to the last. And argon equal to krypton. So you have to keep this in your mind. Remember this order. This is a very very important order to be learned. So do note this order. Electronic configuration. You have to derive this from the table, I perceive. Right? Yes, a table or column will be given in NCERT. So just go through the table column and analyze the order, whether they are increasing or whether they are decreasing, so that you could actually get the point in your mind. Fine. Next point is that noble gases have a stable electronic configuration. Yes, they have a stable electronic configuration, Ns2 Np6, right? So they have stable electronic configuration, due to which they have no tendency to accept electrons. They have completely filled substrates, right? They have completely filled electronic configuration. So they have a stable, that is, the electronic configuration is very stable. So they have no tendency to accept electrons. So they have a very high, they have large positive value of electron gain enthalpy. Since they have no tendency to accept electrons, they have large positive values of electron gain enthalpy. So this is still atomic properties. Now let's pass on to the physical properties. Yes. So physical properties, in the sense, they are monatomic. Codeless. What is codeless? Colorless, odorless, tasteless. C for color, O for odor, T for taste. So they are codeless, means colorless, odorless, and tasteless. Sparingly soluble in water. Very low melting point and boiling point, due to the weak dispersion force acting in between them. Since they are monatomic, the only interatomic force which acts between them is the weak dispersion force. So they have very low melting and boiling point and can be easily liquefied at a very low temperature. Due to weak dispersion forces, being monatomic, they are liquefied at very low temperatures. Next point, helium has the lowest boiling point of 4.2 Kelvin, and it has an unusual property, very important point, of diffusing through rubber, glass, or plastic. That is, the diffusing through the laboratory materials like rubber, glass, or plastic. Very important point. The unusual property of helium is very very important. So just go through it. Next, the chemical properties. They are inert. Why are they inert? Why are they inert to chemical reactivity? change the color. Okay. So the inertness to chemical reactivity is due to two reasons. Completely filled NS2 NP6 configuration, right? And very high ionization enthalpy, a more positive electron gain enthalpy. So the inertness and chemical reactivity, the inertness to chemical reactivity is due to two reasons: completely filled completely filled shell NS2 NP6 except helium. Very important point. Except helium, all other noble gases fine. So except helium is a very important point. Except helium. And very high ionization enthalpy, more positive electron gain enthalpy. It is due to these three reasons the noble gases are chemically inert. Fine. Note this point. Inertness of two chemical is due to. So and note these points. These are given in NCERT directly from NCERT. So you just keep this notes aside and refer your NCERT. You will just get all the points which are in NCERT. Right. Okay. So now the experiment of Neil Bartlett. What did he do? Yes. So he was the first person to have observed the reaction of a noble gas. How did he do? First, just note this. Just note the order how he did. Okay. So Neil Bartlett. Okay. Bartlett in 1962 observed the reaction of a noble gas. What he did? First, he prepared O2PTF6. He prepared a complex, a red compound. Fine. He prepared a red compound O2PTF6 and realized that the ionization enthalpy of molecular oxygen is identical to that of xenon. Fine. So molecular oxygen is 1175 kilojoule per mole, and for xenon it is 170. 1170. So he realized that the both ionization of the molecular oxygen and xenon are identical. So what he did, he prepared a complex. I mean, instead of oxygen, he substituted xenon. So he mixed xenon and PTF6 to give platinum fluoride to give XePTF6. So he was successful in doing this. He successfully prepared a xenon compound and noble gas compound. Fine. So this is his experiment. So he prepared a compound with oxygen, and he realized ionization enthalpy of molecular oxygen and xenon are identical. So he prepared a compound with xenon and was successful in preparing it. Fine. So in the case of krypton, only KrF2 is being studied, and radon. In the case of radon fluoride, it is not isolated but only identified. It is not isolated. We have not isolated it. We have not got it. But we have identified the gas using a radio tracer technique. So using radio tracer technique, we have identified the compound, but we have not got it. We have not isolated it. And no other compounds of argon, neon and helium are yet found. Fine. So in the next video, we'll be looking on through xenon fluoride compounds, xenon oxygen compounds and their properties. Fine. Thank you.